Let me tell you a story of a guy called Tim Ferriss. Now, there is a broke young kid who is running his first business, and he's really giving his best to scale this business up by working for 14 hours a day and literally doing everything. But there is a problem. He hates his life, he has depressions, he can't even go to sleep without taking stimulants. He even considers taking his life. But one day, he comes across a philosophy called Stoicism, an exercise called the premeditatio malorum, which is a negative visualization on what can go wrong. This helps him beat his fear, and he readapts it in his own life. And today, you can find this in his book, The 4-Hour Workweek. You see, Tim changed his entire life by accidentally coming across Stoicism, and you also can increase your performance at your business and in your own life with Stoicism. But first of all, who don't know me, my name is Mert, and I help you overcome your self-improvement challenges. So the first principle which can improve you and your business is premeditatio malorum. I always plan in ahead, even for the smallest things. For example, what if my phone runs out of battery? Like, even for the smallest things, but also for the big things, like what if my business goes plateau and I never reach the success I really want? You see, you can not only plan yourself mentally and physically, but you can also prepare yourself to not happen things. The only time I saw and I see a significant improvement in my business is when I actually take time to reflect and think, calm down and just think. The biggest problems entrepreneurs have these days is not having enough space for thinking, for reflecting. Your attention is worth so much, so do not waste it. I've never seen a rich guy who is very emotional and has not learned how to control their emotions, at least to a certain degree. I will try to give you a crash course on how you can master your emotions. Marcus Aurelius writes, the key is to be free of the passions, to be full of love, forgiving, understanding. What he means by that is that not the emotions are bad, but there are just better emotions. For example, instead of anger, jealousy, or hatred, try to transform these emotions into forgiving, into happiness. One of the core beliefs of Stoicism is that we don't control what happens to us, but we have 100% control on how we respond to things. Just like every other thing on this planet, you get better by practicing it. So practice it every time when something goes wrong. Try to be less emotional. A Stoic knows exactly what they want from their day and has clear goals. Writing daily goals creates a psychological pre-commitment and self-expectation that increases the likelihood of achievement. In my opinion, the best way to set yourself clear goals before the day begins is by just journaling. That's literally the single best thing you can do to set yourself clear goals and achieve them. Because by journaling your thoughts and analyzing your previous mistakes, you can do them right this time and you can achieve greater results. We can think of hardship many ways, as failure, as unfairness, as the end of conversation. Clearly, this was not meant to be, we can say. They don't want me to succeed, so what's the point of even trying? Or we can choose. We can train ourselves to see it a better way, as a chance to learn about endurance, patience, resilience, and struggle, as an opportunity to prove ourselves this time, as a way of learning about people or situations or actions or things. It's not about accepting hardship then, it's a matter of agreeing obstacle. This way we can turn what happens to us into a fuel. We can be made better and brighter by everything that happens. Because most of the time, we don't even control what happens to us. But like I said, we have 100% control on how we respond to these things. Marcus Aurelius had workaholic tendencies. Even if he hadn't had the most important job in the world, we get the sense that he would have treated his work that way. But this isn't true. He was one of those all-in types. When he discovered philosophy, he slept on the floor and practiced poverty to his mother's frustration. And when he became emperor, he was available around the clock. He hardly ever took extended time off, and his idea of leisure was attending philosophy lectures. People who love what they do wear themselves down doing it. He wrote, they even forget to wash or eat. Yet he also seemed to know that this was not healthy. Because in another spot in his meditations, Marcus Aurelius says that in life you can't be all about business. He knew that we needed balance in our lives, outlets for our stress and passions, whether this is hunting or wrestling or coding or even reading books, a way to reach other stillness. As discussed, in stillness is the key. Elite performance is best when balanced out with hobbies. For Seneca, it was writing philosophical letters to friends and family members. For Epictetus, it was lifting weights. For Marcus Aurelius, it was hunting and wrestling, reading, boxing, swimming, coding, like just whatever it is. You just need to have something that takes off your brain from your business. I hope you could get something out of this video and implement these principles in your own life. Take care and stay healthy, my friends.